Hey guys, welcome back to another pick a card reading. So today, we're gonna see how do they want to love you? How do they want to express their love to you, show you their love, those types of things. Hopefully, it could just give some insight into whoever's on your mind and what they're thinking and their idea of maybe love and relationships. So, 5 piles today. Go ahead and choose your pile now if you didn't already choose from the thumbnail, and we'll just get into your reading. Okay, pile one, welcome to your reading. So here's the card you chose with the bow on it, and I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll probably look at that later, maybe last. So yeah, we're gonna see how your person wants to show their love to you, how they want to love you. So I think we'll start with these cards here. So we have Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. And we have Spider Spirit, make your dreams real. For some of you, it's possible this could be an online connection. I think the way this person wants to show you their love is, well, they want a deep connection with you. They want to know, perhaps, like some experiences you've been through, your thoughts on things. They want to connect with you on a deep level. It's possible they want to have deep conversations with you or deep emotional, maybe like a deep emotional intimacy with you. I think this person's maybe attraction to you is growing. They find you to be more attractive as they get to know you more. And I think this person ideally wants a balance. And I would say like maybe, again, deep conversation. So maybe a lot of conversations. We have Spider Spirit, make your dreams real. So, and that could even be, since we have like, I feel like there's like kind of a watery energy coming through. Maybe they would want to talk to you about what dreams that you have, like actual dreams you have when you go to sleep. Maybe they want to tell you about those things, or I don't know. I feel like this person wouldn't be shy to listen to you speak about like anything that you would be interested in talking about. Um, and clearly, with the spider spirit, they want to create something with you. They probably daydream about you, and there's something about they want it to be, real. They want their imagination, what they imagine could happen in the relationship with you, to be something that can actually happen. So I guess that would make sense if for some of you this is like an online connection, like they wish they could be closer to you. Let's see. Okay, so we have isolation. It's like the Three of Swords. We have creativity, that's the Empress. And then we also have suppression. Oh, okay. So, I mean, definitely the isolation card could make sense if this person can't, like, physically see you or something like that. Like, maybe this person, yeah, I would assume that this person craves more intimacy with you, to be closer with you in any way. They could feel isolated. And it's isolation in this deck, but it is the Three of Swords traditionally, and I do feel like that's heavy on their mind, like something not working out with you, some sort of heartbreak that they, fear or don't want to. They could feel like, because there's a craving for a deeper connection with you, they might feel as if it's difficult in some way to create that with you, a closer, more intimate connection with you. Or it could feel like, especially, if this person's interested in you, they're very curious about you, and it's like they're always wanting to know more about you or about the connection with you. And I do feel like, spiders, they do create webs, and I wonder how Like on average, how many spiders have to recreate a web that gets destroyed? So I kind of feel as if this person, yeah, like has been through things like that where maybe in the past they put a lot of effort into a connection that didn't end up working out. And it could be that this person, especially with suppression coming out, they want to build this web with you, like a beautiful web with you. Maybe it's like create a home with you. Um, but I think, and definitely with the Empress, this person, I'm assuming that's like how they see you, kind of your energy, and it would be that they find you to be, again, extremely beautiful, attractive, valuable. Like they definitely feel as if you are important, and they probably think about you a lot, and you're probably a very big priority to this person, even if they do tend to suppress things. And again, I feel like that's because they're fearing that the web that they're creating could easily just get destroyed, um, maybe by an accident or something. Like I feel like this person feels as if they may think that the connection with you is not strong enough yet to withstand complications or obstacles, and maybe that's just their perception based off of past experiences. But I do feel like this person feels confused about the connection with you. They may feel like they don't have all the answers with you. So I would assume this is a newer connection, and again, they see a lot of value in you, and I think because they see so much value in you, it makes them fear how things could possibly end with you. Or even if they're not certain about your feelings, or if they're not certain about how something can work out with you, it could be that they fear putting in more effort, because they fear that it could go to waste in some way, or it wouldn't bring them maybe more stability or a deeper connection with you. Yeah, and I think it's something about this person, yeah, again, suppressing some sort of emotion or progress in the connection due to fear that they think things couldn't work out with you, something like that. Let's see. So we have envision, yeah. New growth. And then we have rejuvenate. So yeah, I mean, definitely with the spider spirit, like make your dreams real, and we have envision here. So it's like I do get the sense that this person is often daydreaming about you, envisioning a future with you, and what sort of like potential with you, or like ways that they can grow the connection with you. I think that's something that they focus on a lot, and I think for some of you, it could this sort of isolation and suppression energy could have like less to do with you and more about other situations in life. Like maybe that's more of like a past connection. For some of you, it could be that this person recently went through some sort of heartbreak, or they're getting over someone from their past, and because of that, it's a little bit difficult for them to kind of just jump back into a new connection, because maybe they need to kind of heal from a past connection. Maybe they're aware in some way that there's like fears coming up from a past experience that is affecting them in this connection with you, or something like that, and because of that, they may feel like they're not in the greatest energy to create something with you at this time. If they're going through some rough emotions, it could be that they're not always seeing things accurately in the connection. Like there, again, could be a lot of confusion with you. Like I feel like this person, again, sees a lot of value in you, envisions a future with you, wants growth with you, and overall, they feel like a lot could be created. Something beautiful could be created with you. But it seems like something is holding them back, and it could be their emotions. It could be that they are extra sensitive to people that they're attracted to, and it could be that maybe you've done something that caused them to feel a little bit isolated or upset, and maybe that's triggered some sort of fear that things are not moving in a positive direction in the connection, which could cause them to kind of pull back and, again, be hesitant in getting more involved with you. But I think, it might vary from person to person, of course, but I kind of feel like this person kind of realizes that they might be a little bit sensitive in some way. And I think they are trying to take care of themselves and get themselves in the right, maybe a mental headspace to continue a connection with you. Let's see your little bow card. So it says resolution. Address conflicts constructively, focusing on solutions rather than blame. Yeah, I kind of feel like this person was recently maybe upset about something, caused them to feel more hesitant in the connection with you, made them kind of question whether things could really develop in a positive way with you. But I think overall they're focused on resolution, and I think that's more of something that's going on within them, and maybe they feel, again, a bit sensitive, overreactive, overthinking, and feeling confused and not exactly seeing situations clearly. And because of that, I think they might be aware of that to some extent, because I feel like something shows here about them thinking that you're almost perfect, like maybe you've done nothing wrong, and it's not really, again, it's not really something you necessarily did. It's maybe more of their headspace, like a negative mindset that they have at this time, or again, like past experiences. They're being reminded of maybe past experiences where things didn't exactly go well, and maybe it's causing them to feel a little bit triggered and a little bit fearful. So I think, overall, I would guess that this person might be taking a break from the connection and trying to kind of heal themselves, um, and maybe wait for emotions to pass to kind of look at the connection more clearly. Um, and overall, I think they want resolution, want to heal their emotions, and want growth with you, and to kind of see what can happen with you. And again, like a closer connection, a more intimate connection, knowing you on a deeper level, maybe knowing more about how you feel about them. Like, I do feel like this person might be a bit confused at times that, what can really happen in the connection, or how you really feel towards them, and if you're not going to break their heart or something like that. So I think that's your message, and one of these readings to be a little bit shorter. So thank you for watching, and I hope it resonated with you, and I'll see you in a future reading. Bye. All right, pile two, welcome to your reading. So here's the card you chose. We're going to look at how your person wants to show you their love. So I guess we'll kind of just be seeing like what's going on in their mind when it comes to the relationship, and what's their, like, where they're at and what they want to do about the connection, and how they want to show their love or affection to you. Maybe it's just their way of handling relationships. But let's see. So we have Electric Eel Spirit, bring your ideas to life. And then we have Peacock Spirit, let it shine. So, okay, man. Okay. So I feel like this person, okay, with the Peacock Spirit, that does always remind me of Leo energy, because I feel like, it says let it shine, like be open, like be the center of attention, maybe. So I do get, like, connect that card with some Leo energy. Their idea of love and showing their love might be wanting to be kind of a show off, like either show off to you to like impress you, but also maybe like they would want to show you off to their friends or on social media, or there's something very public about what they want with the connection with you, like, or at least they don't want to feel like they have to hold back on anything with you. And maybe there's kind of a fast energy here, like they would want to kind of jump in with you in the connection. They might be feeling like very excited about the connection and really wanting to express their feelings to you or show you how they feel. Um, I also, yeah, I feel like with the electric eel spirit, we have bring your ideas to life. So maybe they want to connect with you over your ideas, your aspirations in life, and also, I guess that would kind of be like planning things with you. What kind of ideas? Like maybe it's like they're interested in how you like to spend time in relationships, like what you would enjoy. And I think they would want to do more of those things with you, like both of you. Whatever ideas that they have, they want to explore those ideas with you. Same thing with you. Any sort of ideas you have about the connection, like places you want to go, or like ideas of how to express your love in the connection. Maybe they're open to that too. Um, and For some reason, I do kind of get like maybe a sexual energy coming through, so I definitely think that's there in what they think about and how they want to kind of express their love to you. So we have fighting. This is the Page of Swords. We have participation. And we have rebirth. I feel like we have a lot of sort of like mental type of energy here. So I don't know, maybe this person could be an air sign. Interesting. Okay, so what's interesting about these set of cards is so we have like I guess technically like the Four of Wands participation. Obviously, this card is about being involved with things, participating, being like a group member, a team member, having your role in a group or at least two people, I would say. And we have this fighting energy where obviously he's got like a whole body of armor on. He's like I guess defensive, wanting to protect himself, and we see two people in the background butting heads, like fighting with each other. So I kind of feel, and we also have the rebirth card, which is like I guess the Ten of Swords in traditional tarot. So that talks about betrayal or an ending of some sort. So it's possible for some of you that this connection has been through certain endings or something, or there's been complications in the past with fighting. It's either that I think this person has okay. I have a few different ways to talk about these cards. So it could be that you've been through some sort of ending with this person and maybe there were fights in the past or arguments in the past. And it could be that they're kind of thinking about those past arguments or past fights and feeling like they may need to protect themselves. But then we have the participation energy. It could be. I think the most likely thing here is that this person wants to get involved with you, wants to give you more of their time or their energy or their attention. But it could be that they're dealing with some sort of frustration. And I don't know if that's, in regard to you and the connection with you or something else within their life. But it could be that they have been kind of resisting getting involved with you, maybe due to fearing some sort of ending. Hmm. And for some of you, I kind of get the sense that this person, again, it's interesting since we have the peacock spirit, like let it shine, which I feel like is very opposite of this energy where his whole body is covered and being protected and armored. So I don't know. I kind of feel as if maybe for some of you, this person feels as if in some way they, again, have to protect themselves or keep themselves hidden. Um, and they, again, I feel like they want to let their guard down with you. They want to take off the armor. They want to be able to be vulnerable with you. They want to be able to be open with you. And again, kind of be able to, like, maybe show you off in some way. And I think this person might be dealing with some sort of rough emotions, maybe feeling again frustrated about something. Could be that there's something that you did that made them feel a bit angry or upset or frustrated, and I think they're trying to get over this, whatever this is, to kind of maybe spend more time with you or be more open with you, participate with you. Okay, let's see. We have deep wisdom. We have rest and refine. So one thing, again, I kind of feel like this person likes to connect with you, maybe through conversation, your ideas about things. We have deep wisdom here. So I kind of feel like this person maybe sees a lot of wisdom in you. Maybe they feel like they have a lot of wisdom as well. And I kind of feel like there's an energy here of wanting to kind of connect over your thoughts on things, your ideas, maybe what you believe in. And okay, I kind of feel as if, again, there's this sort of energy of frustration coming up with this person, and maybe they're feeling maybe overreactive about something. I kind of feel like this feels just a little bit similar to pile one, because there was a bit of negative energy that comes out, that the person was feeling sad about something. Uh, well, not so much feeling sad in this pile, but feeling like maybe they feel disrespected by you in some way, or they might feel hurt by you, and they might be reacting in maybe a defensive manner or being petty in some way. And I think kind of a similar energy as pile one. Maybe they're trying to kind of like, they got the card rejuvenate. And so you have the card of rest. So I do feel like this person is kind of wanting to, I think they feel that their frustration with you, if you resonate with that, I think they might feel like it's a little out of place, or maybe it was an overreaction of something. And I think that they are kind of trying to look at that and calm down. And I think they are trying to look at the situation in a way that makes them feel like they can let their guard down with you. Okay, so another thing. Sorry, I might have a lot of long pauses in this reading, and it's just because I'm looking at the cards and really thinking about what I really get from the cards. And I think there could have been some. I do feel like this person is emotional. Maybe you don't recognize that, since we do have this sort of like swords energy here. Maybe the emotions are not so obvious in this person, and I do feel like with this sort of like protection energy, maybe this person has been hiding themselves from you in some way. It could be that they felt angry about something that you did, or something upset them in some way, and maybe instead of feeling like more emotional about it, they might react more angry towards it. And maybe it's that they felt disrespected or something like that, or maybe they felt like you didn't care or something like that, and maybe that upset them. And it's funny, we do have more like lion energy coming through with this sort of Leo. Like Leo is a fire sign, and it's very passionate, and it rules the heart, and it's very, they really do put relationships, they prioritize romantic relationships generally, and I feel like this person does prioritize you and they think about you a lot, and I think you really affect them on a deep level. And there could have been, and Leo energy, if we're connecting it to Leo energy, they can be a little bit hot-headed, especially in relationships. So maybe, yeah, something upset them, and maybe they're not the type to really react with sadness, but more of like anger or pettiness. So it could be something that you did and they're reacting in a petty way, trying to kind of protect themselves. And it might be that they are pushing you away right now with the rebirth energy kind of connected to the Ten of Swords. It could be that when they were feeling emotional or feeling upset, they had this feeling of like, well, I'll show them and I'll cut them off type of thing. I'll end the connection, or I won't get involved anymore, something like that. And it's more of an emotional sort of reaction, I think, rather than what they actually kind of want with you. Um, for some of you, it could be a little bit of a tactic to kind of get you to maybe care more, or they want to see some reaction from you over what they did so that they can tell that you actually care about something, which it kind of feels a little bit immature and a little bit toxic, but maybe hopefully this reading can kind of explain where they're coming from. Like they might feel hurt by something, and they don't know how to necessarily handle those emotions. Maybe just kind of talk to you about it and say like, hey, this thing that you did made me feel bad, like it hurt me. And I feel like instead of doing that, they might tend to kind of just block you off, due to pettiness. Like I'll show that I don't care, something like that maybe. um, but I kind of feel like they're looking at that, and I don't think that serves them well, and maybe they're aware of that to some extent. We have deep wisdom here and refined, so it's like they are thinking deeply, maybe about their own actions in the connection. And I think that they are trying to look at what's more important. Like whatever happened may be something kind of small that gave them a much bigger reaction than what needed to happen. And maybe they're acknowledging that and they're kind of trying to work on themselves in some way. And I think there's something coming through where they want to be loyal to you. They want to show you that they're loyal to you, but it could be that they deal with intense emotions at times that makes them make kind of drastic choices or decisions that they later kind of regret, and they think about it and they're like, okay, wait, maybe that wasn't the best way to handle this. So I think right now they're trying to rest, they're trying to figure out, I think they're kind of maybe realizing that something, maybe that they didn't handle their emotions well, and I think they're recognizing that and trying to kind of work on that. um, we have a lot of like cloudiness coming up in your imagery too, and kind of in pile one there was this talk of feeling confused, and maybe sometimes they feel confused, they feel like they need to protect themselves from you. Maybe they feel, again, at times like they need to protect themselves because maybe they fear that things are not going to work out well with you, and maybe uh, in some way they try to avoid you, um, maybe as some sort of manipulative tactic. But I kind of feel like if that's true, I do think that they're aware of that and maybe thinking that's not the best way to go about a connection. And I think that they're trying to think of things in ways that makes them feel like they can trust you more, or that they don't have to be defensive or be petty, um, and that they can give you more of their time and attention. They're trying to figure out ways to do that without getting like upset over small things, maybe. It's kind of what I think is showing up here. So, your card, we have forgiveness. Forgive mistakes and communicate openly to move forward together. Yeah, so I do feel like this person did something out of pettiness. Maybe they said something kind of rude, or they maybe just, I don't know. I feel like this person was upset about something. Maybe something pissed them off, and they're kind of wanting to give that back to you, and make you feel just as hurt as they were. Something like that. And I kind of feel like maybe that doesn't work with you, and maybe they're feeling like, okay, I guess that wasn't the best approach. That didn't really work in my favor. And kind of thinking deeper about it. And I think this person is wanting your forgiveness in something. I think this person might have, again, like taken something, reacted to something a little bit more emotionally than they needed to. Like it could be that they're very sensitive to you and what you do, and maybe something that you did made them feel like maybe you don't care, maybe you would end the connection with them or something, and they feel the need to protect themselves, or maybe be a little bit less caring towards you and something like that. And maybe that came through because of intense emotions, and later they realized, okay, that doesn't work. That's not a good thing to do in a connection. And I think this person is wanting your forgiveness about something. So, okay, I'm going to end it there. Hopefully that resonates with you and it's helpful in some way. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, pile three, welcome to your reading. So we're gonna take a look at your cards. We're gonna see how your person wants to love you. So it's like how they want to express their love to you, and maybe what's going on through their mind. And I don't know, there is a lot of complications in pile one and pile two, and hopefully it gives that person insight to what's going on, and maybe their person's thoughts and their feelings, and why they're kind of acting that the way they're maybe acting. I will say for your pile, no, I'm not sure. So when I shuffled out your pile, I kind of felt the need to maybe give this pile a trigger warning, but I don't know if that's actually. I don't know if your reading actually needs a trigger warning or not, because I did, to be honest, when I shuffled out these piles, I didn't really like look at the cards much. Like I saw cards that flipped out, so I did kind of see what comes out in your pile, although I don't remember what it was. But guess we'll just see. It's possible that the messages that come out in this reading are a bit difficult to hear, but that might not be the case, because a lot of the times after I actually pull out the cards and look at the energies, it might be kind of a lot different than what I was initially thinking or seeing. So let's see. We have Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. And we have Snake Spirit. Time to heal. Okay. Yeah, okay. So there's interesting here. So we have the number 32, which, goes to a 5 if you add those up. And then we have number 55. So 555 here. So I could assume that maybe your connection with this person has been through a lot of changes. Perhaps a way that this person wants to show their love to you is maybe they like a lot of variety, as far as like maybe they want to, do a lot of different things, or um, maybe they like to switch things up. So this might be someone who doesn't really enjoy routine or doing the same things every single day. Maybe something like that. But we have Snake Spirit here. Time to heal. So, for some of you, and the number 555 or 55 can be it's a card of change and kind of letting things go. So it could be that this person, in the way that they want to love you, is they do want to let you go and kind of just try and heal from the connection. It is kind of initially what I got, and that's kind of why I felt like this reading might need a trigger warning, because it's possible that this person doesn't really have much of an intention in showing you much more of their affection or their love, maybe due to some sort of heartbreak in the connection or needing to heal from the connection. And I do want to let you know that, these are current energies that we're reading into. So it could just be something that happened recently that makes this person feel this way. And maybe those things can change depending on your connection. But it's very possible that for those of you who this is a connection that has ended and maybe ended a while ago, that they are just healing from it and there's not really much of an intention in bringing it back into their life. And part of the reason why I say that is not to piss anyone off or make them feel bad, but it's to just kind of like explore other options. If this person hasn't been active in your life lately, don't sit around watching tarot readings about someone that you're heartbroken like over or wanting back in your life, and that doesn't seem to be, possible or what's really happening. That might just stunt some growth within you. And you can definitely take your time in healing from a connection and being, deciding when you're ready to go back out there. But, let's just see what else comes out in your reading. So we have the Lovers, Gemini energy here. And we have letting go with the Eight of Cups. And clinging to the past. Yes, so this was definitely, I don't feel like there's much of a different energy here. I feel like this reading's not going to really tell you too much about how your person is feeling about your connection or wanting to express any sort of love, because they are wanting to let go of the connection and they're just wanting to heal from the connection. And I don't think this person wishes anything bad on you. Um, it could be that they do feel a little bit sad if they can tell that you haven't been able to let go of them or let go of the connection with them. Like with the Lovers there's definitely some sort of intense connection felt. Um, could be on their side, and regardless of it, if it was or not, it still remains that they're wanting to let go and kind of just heal from the connection and maybe explore other options. But they might be able to tell that it's difficult for you to let go. And it could be that you feel as if like you've seen something in the past with this person that was really great, really valuable, really made you feel amazing. And it could be that because you felt that way before, you might fear that you're not going to feel that way again, either with someone else, or there's this like clinging on to the connection because you feel that the potential is still there, or maybe you could get that feeling back with this person. And it can be really difficult to kind of let go of connections that you do see a lot of potential in, or you saw something very great in the past that has disappeared. For some of you, if you don't resonate with that, it is possible that that's more of this person's energy, that they do really struggle to let go of you if you've ended the connection with them. That they still kind of like look back to the past, and they struggle to let go of it. They're trying to heal from it, and there could be something where they look back at the connection with you and think like that, wow, that was a really nice connection while it lasted, something like that. And that's only, I feel like that's more of a message for people who are watching this and are very detached. Otherwise, I think there's a very strong message coming through that if you can be honest, if you really struggle to let go of somebody, that I think those people who really struggle to let go of someone who's walked away from their life, I think, at least in my readings, it comes through very harsh in the messages, and maybe that's just because it's not a good idea to listen to fluff in that situation, or to listen to readers who are going to tell you you're twin flames, or so. I really believe in that, and I feel like that keeps people trapped a lot more of the time than it helps people. So I don't believe in that, and I don't believe in sharing that message or encouraging in any way to remain attached to somebody who's trying to let go and heal. Let them go, let them heal, and, you know, focus on new connections, where, not necessarily just always going off of potential, but let them show you what they're really capable of. Something like that. But let's see. We have Virgo, the healer. We have sharpen instincts. And then we have listen. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of sort of healing energy here. For some of you, if I didn't lose everybody yet, because that was like harsh to talk about, and I'm sorry about that. But for some of you, it is possible that this is someone you have a deep connection with, and maybe um, if you resonate with uh, certain experiences happening in the past that separated you from this person. Now, I don't see any energy here of, again, this person really feeling like they want to come back around, although maybe some of them do struggle with letting go of the connection with you. I feel like that's coming out pretty strongly and like wanting to heal, wanting to let go, and maybe wanting to take a break from the connection and kind of like let go. We have, again, the number 55 or 555, which is again another message of this person wanting to embrace some sort of change and maybe let go. And for some of you, if you're confident that this person is still wanting to continue a connection with you and you see that through their actions and maybe you talk with this person, I think maybe there's a message coming through of they want to let the past go, as far as like maybe any complications you had in the past. Like maybe if this is someone, either you or this person, having a tendency to kind of bring back issues up from the past, and maybe it's causing like complications when maybe, like, I don't know, I feel like it could be that this person has clung to the past in some way, as far as like maybe the way they saw you. Maybe they saw you a certain way in the past, and they are trying to kind of like, maybe if you've tried to change yourself or improve yourself in any way, and maybe this person hasn't always really noticed that or really taken that in. Like there's a tendency in people to do that. It's like the person that they met, they're always going to think of that person that same way as the same person that they met. And even if they change a lot, it's hard for people to let go of the person that they met. So even if someone changes a lot or improves a lot, sometimes it's hard for people to really like see that and acknowledge that. And a lot of people do have the belief that people don't change, and things like that. And so it could be that if you resonate with that and you feel like you've made a lot of changes, it could be that this person is kind of wanting to let go of the past version of you, and maybe embrace like the new version of you, something like that. Yeah, so there is an energy here of maybe this person does, if they feel like they've seen a big change in you, something like that, or they feel like there's something there where they're looking at the connection, like maybe it can work. And maybe they feel like they can heal in the connection with you, and that there could be maybe a stronger connection with you. I feel like yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe this person has had a difficulty, like maybe listening to you or taking you seriously about something, or maybe if you've wanted to prove to this person that you can make changes or something like that, maybe they never believed you could. And I don't know, maybe if you're involved with this person, maybe again, they're trying to let go of a past version of you and see you for who you are now. And that people can change, people can heal, people can improve, and maybe they're looking at you and trying to kind of notice those changes in you, that you have maybe healed in certain ways, or you've changed in certain ways, or you're maybe better at handling something now than you used to, and maybe they're looking at that and kind of trying to change their perception of you and look at you in a maybe a healthier way or a brighter light or something like that. Otherwise, if you do resonate with the first sort of energy, I do feel like there's an energy coming through of like maybe it's time for you to kind of heal from the connection and maybe look at things a little bit more clearly, and be willing to kind of let this go, and embrace change. And the lovers is also about a choice, so it could be that this person has decided to let this love relationship go and move on from the past. I also kind of feel like maybe there could be an energy in them if they feel like it's really difficult for you to let go of them. They might have felt like it's really important for them to just like honestly, like there could have been a time where this person was involved with you, although they were in the direction of letting this go. If they saw that it was really difficult for you to move on or let go, or it seemed like you were always, attached to the past with this connection, it could be that if they saw that in you, they might have felt bad about that, and they might have felt the need to really just kind of cut the connection off completely in order to help you heal and you let go of the connection if they know that nothing's going to happen. So again, it's like trigger warning in this reading. It's a harsh reading, but for some of you, it might be important for you to hear it. But let's take a look at your card here. So we have vulnerability. Share your fears and insecurities to create trust and understanding. So for some of you, for those of you who are, involved with this person, like you talk with this person, you're in this person's life, and it doesn't, it's not apparent that they're trying to let go of the connection with you. I think what it is they're trying to let go of certain like behaviors in the connection that was causing conflict or causing issues. And it could be like a tendency to bring up the past, like, oh, you did this, and constantly reminding you of things that you did in the past. And maybe that wasn't something that was really benefiting the connection much. So I feel like there's something about this person, again, trying to work on things and trying to be maybe a better partner to you, maybe listen to you more, like actually take in what your concerns are, what you say. Maybe for them it was a difficulty in actually, improving parts of themselves too, to kind of like create a healthier connection with you. So I kind of feel like this person is, again, trying to listen to you and what you need from the connection and trying to work on those things so that the connection can heal and there could be a stronger bond with you, and maybe this person can be more vulnerable with you, or you feel you can be more vulnerable with them. Otherwise, again, with the other message, I do feel like it takes a certain amount of bravery to be vulnerable enough to admit what's really going on in a connection. And as much as it might be hard to let go of a connection, it definitely doesn't do you any good to cling to a connection that seems to be moving away from you. So I hope that makes sense, and it's not too harsh to listen to. Hopefully this reading is helpful. So thank you for watching if you made it all the way through. And I'll see you in another reading. Bye. Okay, so moving on to pile 4. Welcome to your reading. So here's the card that you chose. We're going to take a look at your other cards first, and we're going to see how your person wants to show you their love. So kind of like, I guess, what their idea of kind of handling the connection with you, handling the relationship with you. So let's see, we have Stag Spirit, take the lead. And we have Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. Okay, I don't know. Overall, I kind of get a sense that this person maybe wants to have some sort of control in the connection with you. Like maybe they want to take the lead, but it could be that they feel like maybe you already do this. They like the idea of being able to decide, like maybe when they take the lead with you, when they approach you, when they want to ask you out or something like that, with watch and wait. And then we have take the lead. Hold on, let me think about this for a second. Yeah, so there might be something coming out here where it may be that this person is not ready at this time you're coming to this reading to really take things further with you. Not that that's not on their mind. I think that they enjoy having the power of when kind of thing, like certain events occur in a connection maybe. And so I think they are appreciative if you kind of wait for them and let them approach you when they're ready. It could be that they like a connection where again they get to take the lead and maybe there's not, the person that they're involved with is not too pushy for more with them. They might like it when someone's patient, when someone's okay on their own, and that they feel free to kind of approach when they feel comfortable to do so. Then they don't have someone like maybe pressuring them to do things they're not ready for. Let's see. Now, okay, that's only came through in maybe the second pile of a sort of sexual energy coming through, and I feel like that is maybe coming through in your connection and or your reading, and I think maybe there's something about this person enjoying sexual tension, enjoying maybe not rushing into that sort of thing, or something about they really want you to crave them by the time they approach you, that type of thing. Maybe they kind of like, and I kind of get this. This makes sense to me. Like, distance makes the heart grow fonder. It's not necessarily that this person is like wanting to manipulate you or wanting to push you off so that you just crave them so deeply, but it could be that this person kind of enjoys waiting or being patient and like maybe they feel as if the more they like wait for some like something sexual with you, that it's like at that point that they finally get there, they're just so like it's a much more intense feeling for them, something like that. Or maybe for you, like they would like it if you were patient in that, and maybe that by the time they take the lead with you, it's like you've been waiting for this by that point, and like it's go time, something like that. We have mind here, so it's like the Knight of Swords. We have integration, and we have understanding. So it's like the Knight of. Okay, wait. Darn it. These are pages, actually. I told the last pile, I think they got one. And I think I told him it was a page, but it's probably the Knight. But that's okay, though, because I don't really always connect these cards to the traditional meaning of tarot anyways. But yeah, these are pages. Page of Swords and Page of Cups. So we have some swords energy, some air energy, and some water energy. Maybe one of you is a air sign and one of you is a water sign. So something that shows through to me, and I think it seems as if in every pile there was some sort of complication coming up. And maybe that makes sense if we're asking how do they want to love you. If unless it was like completely obvious to you, maybe you're a little bit confused about the way the person is showing their love to you. And so I guess that might be why some sort of complication energy comes up. And I think that this person might deal with a lot of overthinking. Like we definitely see in the mind card that a lot is going on up there. And maybe it's a little bit hard for this person to think straight. And maybe part of that could be I do kind of get like an energy of this person like definitely fantasizing about you in maybe a sexual way, and maybe it's that there's so much that goes on in their mind that it is hard for them to concentrate or focus. But otherwise, I do kind of get the sense that this person does tend to overthink a lot, and maybe there's something coming through of they wish that they can kind of just get out of their mind, kind of break free from sort of something that's holding them back and be able to maybe more freely move towards you. Um, Okay, another thing that's coming through it could be that this person, in their perception of what's going on in the connection, could be that they think that you're, maybe they're not sure what you want out of the connection with them. Um, To be honest, for some of you, what could be coming through is, again, like maybe more of a sexual connection rather than anything too romantic or feeling. Maybe that's only in the case that you already recognize that, but it could be that this person doesn't know what you want, and it's possible if you resonate with it that this person is seeking a intimate connection or a sexual connection, and maybe not much more than that. And maybe part of their hesitation in approaching you could be they're not sure if that's what you want or not, and if they think you might want something deeper than that, and that's not something they're ready for or something that they necessarily want at this time, it's possible that that's where there's a lot of overthinking or a lot of hesitation or a sort of block in maybe initiating something with you. Like, I do feel like if this person, if you resonate with it, if you know, if you can tell that this person maybe is just kind of interested in that, and it doesn't seem like they show a whole lot of interest outside of that, or there's not a lot of sort of energy of commitment coming from this person, that it's possible that, you know, if they knew in some way that you just wanted a sexual thing with them, a sexual, like a hookup or something like that, that then they would feel like they would go all in or something like that, and there would be no hesitation. Otherwise, if you think there's something deeper going on than that, and maybe this reading might be a little bit confusing for those of you who don't really know fully what this person's intentions are, my advice would just be to take things slow with this person. Maybe you already do that. But it could be, you know, if there's more feelings involved, I think it's that they're not exactly sure about how you feel, and they might be waiting for more proof that you share the same feelings to get more involved with you. um, and there's like kind of a patient energy coming through for this person that they maybe don't really mind a slower pace of the connection with you. So let's see what else you have. We have reflect, we have devotion. Okay, so that's a good sign. And then we have focus. Here's the thing, like, I am a reader that I can be very skeptical and cynical, and I don't want to like go into butterflies and rainbows if that's maybe not what's exactly going on. And I think that can be helpful, especially with certain, well, at least for me, I would say it's helpful because like if I go to a tarot reader or watch a tarot reading, I don't always fully trust completely positive messages that, you know, claim that really amazing things are going to happen. I don't always trust that, and I kind of appreciate a reader that's a little bit more cynical or a little bit more skeptical about things, because I feel like I can trust them better. Like, obviously they're not going to sugarcoat a message or like dance it up to be something very nice and something like that if that's not what they're feeling, or if they're suspicious of something. So I'm a little bit suspicious of this energy, but we do have devotion and focus. So I do feel like this person is devoted to you in some way. Who knows like how far that devotion goes or that commitment, like if they're wanting a commitment, how much that goes. But like they are definitely focused on you, and I think that they want to make sure that both people are on the same page before going deeper into the connection with you. Um, yes, because it definitely seems as if they want to approach you, they want to take the lead with you. They might want to do that when they're ready for it, and they may not like a pushy sort of energy for that. And it could be that they are just trying to figure out. Again, if you're on the same page with them, so for some of you, if you have pushed this person at all, it does maybe cause this person to reconsider, especially if this person has a very busy life or a lot of things going on outside of their connections. They may need a partner who is independent, can handle things on their own, is not always going to push them for more when they're not capable of doing that due to other maybe responsibilities or something. Since we have like take the lead stag spirit, it could be that this person is kind of a leader in their life. They're doing a lot. They're getting a lot of things done, and they may like someone who's more patient. So when they do actually have the time to spend, that person's not been angry at them for having to do other things or something like that. And maybe if they sense that someone has a bit of a pushy energy, it could kind of scare them and make them feel like it's going to have too many complications. There's going to be arguments. Someone's going to be oversensitive or overreactive over something that they've done. And it wasn't there wasn't an intention to hurt the other person. So I think the more you're patient with this person, the more you allow them to kind of approach you in the connection, I feel like it maybe gives them a feeling of trust or understanding, like that you understand that they don't have bad intentions when they need to do other things or when they can't necessarily spend time with you or approach you. I think if you feel that you really can trust them even when they're busy, I think that gives them a feeling of wanting to come towards you more, something like that. So I think that's what's going on with their mind, is if they feel like they can really trust you, if there's like, both of you can trust each other. Um, and if there's that feeling of trust developing, I feel like they feel more comfortable in approaching you. Yeah, okay. So I think that's about it. Let's see what this card. I already know what this card is. This came out in a recent reading that I did. So we have empathy, empathize without judgment, and share freely to deepen connection. So I do feel like this person has a lot of empathy for you. I think there's something that they see in you, even if, so what I said earlier, if like maybe you were a little bit pushy, something like that, if you do resonate with that and you feel like, oh, maybe I was a little bit pushy, I don't think you need to really worry about that, although that could make them kind of reflect on the connection and wonder how things are going to work out with you, or if it's going to be something that like maybe their lifestyle causes a lot of conflict in relationships. Maybe they've been in past relationships where their type of lifestyle has caused partners to feel maybe uncared for or maybe feel neglected in some way or something like that. And maybe they've dealt with partners who were very pushy towards them in the past. And maybe if you do feel like, oh, okay, I was a little pushy with them, I don't think you need to worry, because I don't feel like this person worries too much. I feel like they do overall see you as someone who's quite patient, quite understanding, and I think that they may notice that they tend to judge people too harshly. We have empathize without judgment and share freely to deepen the connection. I do kind of feel like they might have a sort of judgmental attitude towards past partners, or like maybe like current partners. Not that they have multiple, but like I would say, like if they're going to be involved with someone new, and maybe they're involved with you and they feel, I think that they, how do I explain it? Sorry, I'm like struggling to explain what I'm thinking. Um, that they want to be more understanding, and they maybe in the past have been quick to kind of write people off as being pushy when they weren't, something like that. Like they may have, like, I don't know, trauma from past relationships where someone was too overbearing, constantly like mad at them over something, or they felt like they were walking on eggshells in past relationships. This why it might be why they appreciate a more patient type of person, and I kind of feel like they see that in you. And I don't know, there could have been a moment where you felt like you needed to take action in the connection. And it could be that they're worried that you're going to be another pushy type of person, something like that. And it could be that they're realizing it's more of their own perception and maybe their traumas or something like that. It's maybe not fair to be too quick to assume someone is like that. And maybe they were kind of quick to think like, oh, maybe this person is going to push me too much. Maybe I'm going to have to worry about this connection or worry about this person too much or something like that. So I hope that makes sense to you, and I kind of feel like if you resonate with that and you're worried that you were a little too pushy with this person, it is something to be aware of, that it might be important for you to self-soothe and be very independent and patient with this person. But I think that, if you resonate with that, I think this person is wanting to give you, like, I'm not sure what the word is, but they're not wanting to jump to conclusions and just assume that you're a certain way because of something that you did. Because I think that they're realizing that they've kind of judged people unfairly in the past, maybe, and they don't want to do that with you. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to end your reading here. So thank you for watching, and I hope it was helpful, and I'll be seeing you in another reading. Bye. All right, pile 5, welcome to your reading. So let's see, how does your person want to love you? Um, Kind of like just like what's going on in their mind and how they think that they're trying to handle the connection with you. So to kind of just hopefully to give insight into like what where your person's mindset is, what their kind of intentions might be, and the way they kind of feel is the right way to go about your connection, I guess. So we'll look at that later. And let's see. So we have Dove, Spirit, be peace. Okay, and we have Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery. It's so weird. Like, it seems like in my readings lately, I feel like I've noticed it's been the last pile in a lot of readings that bring in this very sort of like mystical energy, like it's unknown, you're not supposed to know everything, and I don't know, that kind of like weird sort of energy. So I think that might be coming through in this one too. I do think, yes, there's something about this connection that you're maybe not meant to know all the answers to, and there's a lot that's yet to unfold. And I feel like it's kind of telling me that there is kind of like maybe a lot of events going to happen with this person coming into the future, possibly. And I think it could be saying that this person you're dealing with doesn't necessarily feel like they need to rush into things. They may feel like, they're not necessarily, this might be someone who's quite confident, maybe independent and kind of okay on their own. And I think it could be that they feel like they're curious about, the future of your connection, and maybe they kind of like being curious about what's going to happen in the connection with you. Like, it might be that, obviously if this person already knew all the answers and what's going to happen with you, they might be able to judge things very early and say like, oh, this is good or this is bad. But I do feel like this sense of mystery of like what could happen in the connection with you, I think it intrigues them. It makes them feel curious, and it makes them feel like maybe like life is a little bit magical in some way. It's possible with this card, the Whale Spirit, that this person has maybe been getting some sort of weird coincidences. So if they're not spiritual, they wouldn't call it synchronicities, but maybe, they see certain things that reminds them of you. And it's a little bit strange. It's a little bit mysterious, and it maybe makes them think more about you than usual. And maybe they feel like there's something that they can't ignore. In some way they're being like maybe magnetically drawn to you. Yes, I do feel like this person is patient and they don't mind waiting to see what happens with you in the connection. It's possible that they want to have more conversations with you. They might feel like the conversations that they have with you brings them a sense of peace. Maybe they feel like they can really trust you or that you're a very kind person. They don't feel like you this came up like I would say like in pile 1 and pile 2 it was more of like their person having a lot of maybe emotional reactions, maybe overreactions, and that even came through I think in the last pile as a possibility on the viewer side. But for you, I would say in this person's perspective, you are a very calm person and they maybe feel like they can trust you. They might feel like they don't have to worry that you're going to be overly upset at them for doing something that they didn't intend, to hurt you or something like that. So let's see. Yeah, we have that's this pile is probably the best one. And it seems to be the last pile in a lot of my readings. Now, don't listen to that and go listen to all the last piles in my readings if that's not what you're actually drawn to. I noticed that happened once. Like I said, that one pile was like, it was so positive in a reading, and that was the most viewed pile, that was for sure. So maybe I should keep those things a secret. But yeah, we have friendliness here. It's the Two of Cups. We have comparison. That's like the Five of Swords, technically, in traditional tarot. And then we have trust. This is where I realized. I caught it in the last pile because of this card in this pile. I remember this card coming up, and I wanted to be sure if this was the Page of Cups or the Knight of Cups. And I kind of messed up in another reading and told him it was a page when I think it was a knight. And then I realized in the last pile that was switched. So this is the Knight of Cups here with trust, which is interesting. We have trust in the great mystery, and we have trust here. This is a really good energy compared to all the other ones. So let's see. Yeah, they definitely feel like they have like a very like with friendliness there, and with the like peace energy with the dove spirit. I really feel like there's like a very again like friendly energy between you two, and don't be worried about that being friendly. Like I don't feel like this is just friendly feelings. I just feel like yeah, like maybe in general, the connection with this person, like you get along really well, even as friends. So, of course, a strong friendship connection that was more romantic would also be just as strong, if not stronger. So I do feel like this person feels like they get along very well with you. Like maybe they feel like there's not really any issues with you, something like that. Like again, you don't get mad at them. You feel very peaceful with them. They might feel very calm and peaceful with you. We have that comparison energy. So I kind of feel like maybe it's that maybe they compare you to other people and they feel like you're so much more calm, you're so much more easy to get along with, something like that. And they might feel as if, again, there's a sort of like mysterious energy coming through. Like it's definitely like it feels as if this person has been getting some sort of insight in one way or another that there's something special about you and there's something that they can't resist when it comes to you. A lot of the times I do like to look at the little arrows here and what it's pointing at, and maybe it means something. So we do have the Knight of Cups, so I do feel like there's romantic feelings. They feel like they can really just kind of like see what happens with you, and maybe they feel like a sense of, again, mystery, maybe a sense of excitement and a sense of curiosity. And there's something where it's like they feel like they can trust you, that's for sure. And they feel like for some reason, maybe spiritually or through certain synchronicities, whether they would call it that or not, I guess maybe coincidences, they feel like there's something drawing them to you, that there's some in unexplainable sort of energy guiding them to you, something like that. I don't know. Could be something like that. They may also feel like you and them are very different from each other. Maybe you have very different sort of style or appearance, but that you get along really well despite that. The reason why, like, so comparison here, which is interesting since it's technically the Five of Swords, which the Five of Swords is more like arguments and being done with something or winning the argument, but like you still kind of walk away empty handed type of thing. I always kind of see the Five of Swords as like cutting something off and just being done with it, very cold, not giving it your attention anymore. Which is interesting, considering comparison is like a completely different energy. What it talks about is the bamboo being very different than the tree, but I think what it wrote about was that they're very similar as far as like what you can do with the material. So maybe not judge everything and not compare everything, and everything can be, so it's like I don't know, there could be something very different about you two on some maybe surface level, or maybe physically, or like based off your appearance, but that you're very similar on the inside. And I definitely get that message coming through with the friendliness energy. Like it seems like you get along very well with this person feels like, again, very peaceful in your energy, feeling like they can trust you. And it's great too because it seems as if the energy of like mystery coming up very strongly in a reading could kind of imply that not much is going on, or that someone's too curious, and maybe that's kind of a red flag. Like that's a bad sign. Like if you're never getting to know someone and you're always just curious about that person, that maybe that the connection is just not really, it's kind of stagnant, it's not moving forward. But in this case I kind of feel like your person is patient, and there might be things that are in some way telling them that something could be like really good with you, or there could be a really good connection with you. And I think it makes them feel this energy of being like at peace with you. Like it seems like even if things are moving slow on the surface, or in the connection with you, in some way, again, with those sort of like maybe spiritual insights or intuitive insights or coincidences or synchronicities that they're getting, they may feel like they can trust the connection even if it does move slow, if that makes sense. Or that they don't have all the answers. They feel like there's a sense that the connection with you is going to be really good, because right now it seems like they can really trust you, they can really open up with you, they feel like they get along very well with you. And it could be that I don't get like a sense that this person has had, it's possible, and maybe it's just not showing up, but in this energy, it doesn't necessarily show me that this person, because it came through in some of the other readings that maybe there was some past trauma with past relationships or something like that. And maybe it's true that this person, has compared you to other people in their life, or past partners in their life, or past love situations or something, and feeling like there's something about you that they can trust. And maybe they haven't really felt that way towards other people. Not necessarily that it really affected them deeply or gave them serious issues or anything like that, but it just is like there's a newer feeling with you, um, that they feel good with you, that they feel like they can trust you, and that they feel like they don't really have to worry about the connection with you, which I feel like is really good, because there was a lot of worrying coming out in like most of the other piles. I think maybe all of them. But I feel like this person doesn't feel the need to worry with you. They feel like things are on the right track with you, and that they really get along well with you. Um, and that makes them feel like they can be patient with you. They don't feel like they need to rush you or rush for answers, that they kind of just like what's going on right now. And they don't see that that's going to be changing, is I feel like what's coming through. Let's see, we have awareness. We have purify, and we have Cancer energy coming through, the nurturer. Ooh, yeah. Like I did with awareness. There's definitely something within their awareness that they're seeing, like synchronicities, intuitive insights. It's like they don't know exactly what's going to happen, but like they might think that again, there's something that they can't ignore about you, some way that they're being drawn to you, and some sort of awareness they have, like maybe like spiritually or something like that, that there's going to be something really good about the connection with you. Yeah, and again, with like this sort of Cancer energy, the nurturer, they might feel like you're very nurturing. They maybe feel like they're very nurturing to you. Like again, like I feel like there's a very mutual energy, like a mutual bond, wanting to care for each other and wanting to be there for each other. And yeah, and I just remembered what this card is because I wanted to look at it because, this card could be, there's not really an upright position based off of this imagery, but we have support. Oh gosh, okay. Support your partner's personal development and celebrate their achievements. Yeah, so I do feel like there's a lot of like mutual support in this connection, and they really enjoy having someone around that they don't have to worry about, that they can trust, that they have a very like peaceful connection with, a positive connection with. I think they really trust your feelings for them. They seem to know your intentions. They probably know how you feel about them, and it doesn't make them worry in any way. Like I don't feel like you've given this person anything to worry about in the connection, and it feels like they can trust you. There's mutual support between you two, and it can be that. They might feel like the connection with you can kind of heal them in some way. And it's not necessarily like they need it, if that makes sense, but they feel like just being in your energy feels good, it feels positive. And it might be that they look at you as someone, again, that they could really trust, that doesn't have bad intentions. And I think they really appreciate that about you. And maybe that's a little bit different from like maybe past people or past experiences. So yeah, I think that's about it. But this reading is really positive. I think that again, there's a lot of trust here, and it's like they don't need to rush with you, since the connection with you is already so beautiful. It's like there's not a lot of room to worry about what could go wrong because everything seems to be so right. That's a little cheesy, but yeah, I think that's kind of like how your person feels, and I kind of just feel like you probably have a very good connection with this person, and again, they don't necessarily see that changing. They feel very comfortable in your energy, and it feels very safe. Um, and I think they really enjoy your company and your connection. Like they really appreciate it, and I think again, there's something coming into their awareness about it, that they definitely don't need to have all the answers, because in some way it seems like they know on some level that things are really good with you already, and probably going to be very good with you in the future as well. I love this pile. I'm so glad that you chose this pile, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another reading. Bye.